Will we see Betelgeuse, the enormous red supergiant in Orion, explode as a supernova? Now that the James Webb Space Telescope has captured breathtaking images of a big red star that is 764 times more massive than our Sun, astronomers like Brian Cox are on high alert. The issue of when it will explode and the effects it will have on Earth are yet unanswered, but the worry is genuine. Let's investigate its details. Betelgeuse is a well-known star in the Orion constellation that is distinguished by its reddish hue and brightness. It was already on the minds of the ancients. The Greeks even noted that it was orange in hue. It is one of the brightest stars in the sky and the second-brightest star in the constellation Orion. Recently, a Betelgeuse sighting startled the experts. It began to switch on and off back in 2019, which was unexpected for a star so brilliant. The star's brightness dropped more than usual, which was unexpected. Scientists started exploring after becoming concerned. After a careful study, it was clear that Betelgeuse was acting strangely. Venus's brightness dropped to around 1.6, which is a lower magnitude than before. The star, which was ranked as the 10th largest in the sky, experienced an unexpected decrease in brightness. However, if the present signals continue, scientists are concerned and have even prophesied a horrific future. Brian Cox, an astronomer, is alerting people to the fact that this star is expected to undergo a supernova tomorrow. Professor of particle physics at the University of Manchester, Brian Cox clearly illustrates the seriousness of this prediction. Cox, who is most known for his efforts to include the general people in science, believes that Betelgeuse is on a clock that is about to go off. The most detailed evidence supporting this important reminder comes from the James Webb Space Telescope. Betelgeuse is a star that is over 15 times larger than the Sun and might explode as a supernova. For a star to be classified as a supernova, it must be around 8 times larger than the Sun. But in order to monitor Betelgeuse's activity, scientists have been employing instruments like the Laser Interferometer, the James Webb Space Telescope, and the Gravitational-Wave Observatory. According to the most current research, the star is classified as a supernova with uncertain explosion timings. International scientists have discovered that the James Webb Space Telescope and other sensors have picked up the unusual kind of light waves coming from the constellation Orion, namely from Betelgeuse. In this way, the discovery contributes to the riddle and the enigma surrounding the star and its future. Betelgeuse, a well-known star noted for its regular pulsations, once followed a pattern of dimmering every 430 days. It was all good 6 years ago, but times have changed since then. The star started to pulse twice as quickly as it had before, going from dazzling to dull. After the star underwent a significant dimming event in 2019 known as the Great Dimming, scientists noticed something quite odd in February 2021 when the star's brightness dropped to plus 1.614. Astronomers are concerned that Betelgeuse's 1.2 magnitude dimming between 2019 and 2020 might trigger a supernova within the next 100,000 years. Furthermore, following the Great Dimming, the star Betelgeuse unexpectedly regained its brilliance, increasing to a brightness 150% greater than before. According to the Harvard-Smithsonian Center for Astrophysics, it is now ranked 8th among night sky stars. The many theories that attempt to explain the origin of the Big Dimming event are based on the red soup in the southern hemisphere of the sky. Betelgeuse is a red supergiant, the penultimate stage before a star dies, distinguished from the others by its crimson brilliance. Our planet gets less energy overall per unit area than our Sun, which is hotter and bigger. The red giant's surface, which is 3,500 Kelvin colder than the Sun's 5,500 Kelvin surface, is what sets them apart from one another. We will now discuss the huge dimming and if, as Brian Cox suggests, it portends Betelgeuse's supernova explosion. Betelgeuse is nearing its end before it disappears. An impending star's normal process is to become less brilliant. However, strange behavior in the last few days has increased experts' concerns significantly, leading them to do a great deal of investigation. The most potent. The most space telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope, has shown to be an invaluable resource for researching the Betelgeuse supernova activity, providing vital information to scientists during this thrilling occasion. Solving the mystery of the red supergiant star, which is thought to be on the verge of a supernova explosion, is one of the primary purposes of these telescopes. The main instrument used in this study is the James Webb Space Telescope. With an emphasis on infrared radiation, it can study the universe in areas of the electromagnetic spectrum that others are unable to. This enables them to comprehend the causes of the fluctuations in Betelgeuse's brightness. Spectroscopic analyses and the capturing of crisp pictures are some of these findings. Betelgeuse's crisp, clear photos are undoubtedly helpful. The star's surface, gases, and dusty clouds are all visible in these pictures. The scientists' future predictions regarding the star are more accurate as a result of this contribution. Furthermore, essential is an observatory in Chile. It provides high-quality photos that allow us to see the structure and behavior of Betelgeuse. From the star, astronomers saw a massive jet of gas. That was the result of the convection process, which caused it to pulse. The star is growing because the hotter gases are rising and the colder gases are falling. The black patches on Betelgeuse's surface, which are easily seen at the opening where the magnetic field is highest, are its most remarkable characteristic. The gases are trapped by the magnetic field, which also causes a concentration of magnetic fields that are most likely to show up as black patches. As a result, the gas moving from the star's core to the surface is not as hot as the atmospheres of these objects, which are the chilly regions on their surfaces. This explains why the Betelgeuse star, a supergiant, seems dimmer as the spots become larger. The star has black patches spanning nearly 20% of its surface. It is well acknowledged that scientists expect it to terminate in a devastating supernova. At this point in its life, a star expands and releases a burst of high-energy radiation. When compared to the Sun, Betelgeuse's radiation is much stronger. Supernovae are very destructive explosions that may wipe out a planet the size of Earth with their fast-moving particles and X-rays. The two forms are thermonuclear runaway of white dwarfs and huge supernova explosions. Planets are put in risk as a result of spaceship mishaps, and the effects extend well beyond the boundaries of space. Since the nearest supernova to Earth is 25 light-years distant, it is possible that it will wipe out life as we know it. However, the Betelgeuse is 640 light-years away from us. We are not directly in danger from it. Scientists are increasingly curious about Betelgeuse, a supergiant red star. They can now observe the latter phases of a star closer, which is a significant development since they have never done so previously. Astrophysicist Dr. Sarah Webb notes that this is a unique experience. The fact that astronomers can now see this occurring in Betelgeuse has provided them with more insight into the behavior of massive stars before to their explosion. The Betelgeuse explosion won't have any major effects on Earth, but it will undoubtedly be visible for more than a week. The star will become so brilliant that it could even be seen during the day, creating shadows that resemble sunlight. Scientists predict that in addition to the intense lights, the explosion will release a massive amount of neutrinos onto Earth. We won't be impacted by them, but adjacent equipment can detect them. By Earthling standards, Betelgeuse's existence has already been swiftly lived. Compared to our 454 billion-year-old Earth, it is much more recent, having occurred 14 million years ago. Though this is uncertain, some scientists, including Salvatore Vitale of MIT, think that Betelgeuse could explode soon. In order to confirm the explosion, neutrinos must be seen on Earth, and light waves that reach us may not originate from the Betelgeuse star. One can never be certain when Betelgeuse will explode precisely. Thankfully, scientists are closely monitoring how the scenario could develop. How do you feel about this subject? Comment below with your thoughts. You're here now. To see another intergalactic adventure, click the video that appears on your screen.